is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdates 211008.7. So that swan problem from yesterday is concerning enough that Subfleet have redirected me into a nebula that will slowly poison the swans while also equally slowly melt my shields. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or twat. Today we're going to start with Alinity. If you know anything about Alinity, you'll know she's not exactly well respected. Mostly because she tried to feed her cat alcohol, allowed her dog to try and hump her, she's been known to throw her cats. She's not exactly a delightful individual, but from time to time she will tweet out some bait, and this bait will get a response. So the tweet in question is, Twitch is throwing harder than I threw my cat. The context for this is, during the week, Twitch was hacked. Salaries for a lot of the higher end streamers was released. People's passwords were stolen, so for the sake of it, do change your password on a regular basis and use two-factor authentication, please. It protects your account. Now most people didn't see this or get the reference, because everyone else noticed I threw my cat and figured, well then, this is a bit, are you sure you're the right person to be tweeting about this territory? I personally think that yeah, Twitch threw the ball on this one. They dropped the ball. They fumbled. They screwed up massively. Hopefully many people were not affected. It was intriguing, of course, to learn what some people were making over certain months, yes. But at the same time, I really don't care. I only care about what I do on Twitch. Streaming there tonight. Link in the link tree, which is in the description down below. So next we're going to go to Twitter. Sorry doesn't have to be the hardest word. On Twitter, it's an impossible word. The fact you've managed to spell it is a miracle. At least that's what product manager Christine_SU found out when experimenting with building a Twitter apology tool, which leads to a blog going into this and blah 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 trash. I was tagged under this by Michelle and figured I'd point out that if there was an apology tool on Twitter, you would be using it the most, Twitter, to apologize to all of us for still not giving us an edit button. We want an edit button. We've been wanting one for a while. Granted, with an edit button we can really screw up people who've replied to us, which is arguably the best idea we can use the edit button for. So the idea of an apology tool to us, the majority 99.999999999% of us, is utterly asinine. There is a Twitter user, yes we're moving on, called Sparky's Tech Corner. I noticed a lot of threads concerning this person. They have a YouTube channel, or had, they have a second one linked below in the pinned comment with the sources. On 3 occasions they were hit with takedown notices and strikes by Cumso GmbH. According to Sparky, these are not copyright, these are a frivolous attack, but because of the 3-strike policy, Sparky was unable to get back into his account to appeal this. So how is he supposed to file fake copyright strike counters and all this nonsense, when his ability to contact them has been blocked? And how is he supposed to appeal it if YouTube's own system will not allow him in? When I noticed Arcata and Egal Metro talking about this, Egal did point out, YouTube haven't really changed their copyright claim process, so if you get 10 claims against one song, you have to appeal all of them or none of them. I remember the Satirician having a similar issue when it came to music he used in the outro to his videos, yet he owned the song. This went further and further, Team YouTube themselves saying, we recommend deleting the tweets because Sparky shared public information that is a tad sensitive. And when Sparky questioned Team YouTube over this, about him having no legal rights to DMCA, YouTube taking away his ability to counter, and of course, the company in question that have falsely claimed the rights to things, by the way, one of which was a stream where he just talked. They owned nothing in that stream. This was confirmed by Sparky. YouTube just sent him to a YouTube answer form document, which does not help him in the slightest. So I'm going to take the opportunity now to promote Sparky's Tech Corner channel, because he has a new one, Go check him out, unless it's a she and I've just completely mucked this up. Please check them out and give them all the love, because false copyright strikes should never be endorsed or supported, and YouTube's own system is utterly fecked. So next, we're going to go to some Prime bait that was trending. Grimes was trending. Grimes being the ex to the world's richest man, Elon Musk. Upon noticing some journalists about and on way to photo shoot, Grimes decided to take a book by Karl Marx, which had many people thinking that perhaps she had changed her perspective on life and wanted to go down the Marxist route. But, well, paparazzi followed Grimes, and Grimes was like, yo, I'm going to do something that might look like The Onion to you. I agree with Dankula on this one, by the way, that perhaps Grimes should not have said anything and instead doubled down on this troll for maximum salt, which by extension does make Grimes, as Dankula has said here, an amateur. So to swerve away from all the serious subjects, Samich Sue, you might be my favourite person on Twitter if you actually make me a sandwich. Without mentioning a job, what do you do? I am the controller of small business exterminatus. Process controller perhaps? Doesn't matter. Exterminatus. I now challenge you, my lovely, lovely audience, hello, to tell me what you do as a job without actually telling me the name of your job. Most creative might replace the pinned comment of sources. Best of luck. We on this channel are an inclusive group. We like to welcome all people of all varieties. Whatever community you inhabit, you are welcome on this channel. Especially, there is preferential treatment if you're left-handed like me. Yes, we're all going to hell. I don't care. But what matters to me the most is representation in music. While you don't see many left-handed guitarists, some of the most famous would include Tommy Iommi, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain. There are more, of course, but there aren't as many because right-handers dominate the market. Remember, for every 10 people, only one is a lefty. Because of that, when it comes to guitars, options are limited. But thankfully, more and more people are becoming enamored to the idea of making guitars for lefties. I remember asking Matt Heafy of Trivium if he would make his new guitar, his new SIG that's coming out next year, a left model. And he said, we thought about it. This was about 4 months ago, and I wished I kept the clip, because he's actually announced that his newest signature model, which is coming out next year, will in fact be left-handed as well. We're included, we've done it, huzzah! Achievement unlocked. Yes, I am buying one of those too. Someone suggested a 7-stringer. I don't know how to play 7 strings, but I'm not against the idea. But we shall see nearer the time. It'll be nice to have a nice Epiphone Les Paul, but no, I will not be using that second strap that Matt uses for his, because I actually do work out, and he's a pussy. I'm kidding, he's not, but he is. Get good scrub. So to the final subject, and this one's a doozy because this one dominated Twitter. Twitter, hello literally everyone. This tweet was sent around the time that Instagram, Facebook and WhatsApp, so all the Zuckerberg's products, went down. This caused a problem for a few people. I usually post pictures of dogs on my YouTube Instagram. If you're interested, by the way, in looking at dog pictures, go there. It's somewhere in the link tree as well. I don't really use FaceCuck, but I do use WhatsApp for work. Underneath, though, I found it really fascinating, because upon tweeting hello literally everyone, Domino's, pizza's a good way to pass the time too. Groupon, has anyone checked on MySpace yet? I'm worried about them. Instagram, hi and happy Monday. Burger King, you okay bestie? McDonald's, hi, what can I get you? Twitter, 59.6 million nuggets for my friends. Twitch McDonald's reply, for here or to go. Twitter, can you just DM them? Ubisoft, hello. Reddit, how are you doing? Instagram social media manager. And Gab, getongab.com. As Snapchat, Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram and others are sinking under Noah's Ark, which is typical of Gab. They've gone a bit Christian. Now there were many more tweets for this, and I'm going to link them all, trolling and memeing the living feck out of what has happened to Zuckerberg's product, Now, yes, it was all fixed and blah blah blah, there's some things going on in politics I don't care about in the slightest, and people think possibly there might be a mole. I don't care. Not remotely interested at all. I just found it fascinating that from one tweet from Twitter themselves, some of the best trolls came from checkmark companies who are curious about what happened to the other guys. Now, as we're done, I'd like to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you tonight on Twitch or on the Moist Ski Live channel, my politics channel, for a weekly political recap with my delicious, scrumptious Twupsy Wupsy co-host, I hope you'll have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend, and thank you all very much for listening.